Twitch. It's your guy Jeremy with J Marqeting. We're live and direct here on the Twitch machine, man. We'll see what we can do here. About to make some calls, talk some game. Let me know what's going on. If you guys have any questions, drop it in the chat. You turn this down so you guys can hear what's going on. All right, turn that down a little bit. Gonna get YouTube, Facebook, IG going here in a minute. It's about 11 o'clock out here. I really wanted to start the Twitch stream a little sooner so I can play around with it and really kind of learn it a little bit. That's how I learn, is just diving in. So if you guys join this and there's not really anything going on, you guys know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to figure out the platform. There's my view. Okay. So I stream a lot on YouTube and Facebook and IG. I know Twitch is where a lot of people are as well. So a little bit about me. My company, J Marqeting, focuses on outbound sales and marketing. Okay, with the niche within real estate, that type of stuff. Since 2016, in 2016, I started working independently with realtors, okay, agents and brokers around the country. That's how it all came together. A little bit before that, in 2011, I started actually working as an employee with a company called iHouse Web. iHouse Web, they're still around. They're a website company. The parent company, I think what they do is CIS data or something like that. Previous to being a website company, they were actually brokers, and then they had a guy, Eric, who was the brains, who knew a lot about programming and putting stuff together, like ideas into a system or a program or something that's usable. And so they built iHouse Web, which was a website company. Fast forward 2011, they hired me. I was recruited on by a current employee that had worked with me in the past, knew I had some skills on the phones. And long story short, at that time, in 2011, they were trying to grow their company from being an inbound. So mostly prior to 2011, people would come to them, right, through email or whatever sources, referral. Their sales team would mostly sit there and take orders. People would email in, people would call in, people would text in, or whatever, and they were trying to get signed up. Yeah, there was a little bit of information that needed to be exchanged as far as education on the product. But let's be real, at that time, post 2011, has nothing to do with 9/11, but just post to 2011, when people were looking to get signed with a website, it wasn't a very hard sell, especially when they're calling you, right? So the thing is, they had been doing that for a long time, and they wanted to be a little bit more aggressive about what they were doing. They had a few people on the team who were dabbling and doing some outbound stuff, and they were having success. So the sales manager, Scott Moneybreak, wanted to transition the company to mostly an outbound sales company rather than inbound, okay? And if you're just joining, I'm telling you guys the story of J Marqeting and my company. And I'm also trying to learn the Twitch platform and viewing, so thank you for checking me out. So 2011, Jamie Cisco, a gentleman that I had worked with in the past, somebody who I would call a friend, also a colleague, right? I had done loans with him in the past in the mortgage world back in the early 2000s. We had both transitioned into different things, and he had transitioned into doing some tech sales. So I was doing some different stuff within real estate still, but I was working for some different companies. I think I was working for an attorney at the time, doing some different types of work on the loans, modifications. I was doing a sales role at some point, and he hit me up. He was like, hey, why don't you come check out this company, iHouse Web? And so I did, because what I had going wasn't very solid, and it sounded solid. This was 2011. 2011, that would have made me just over, I don't know, trying to think how old I was, 2011. I was almost 30, okay? So I was almost 30 years old. They had hired me on with the intent to build an outbound team, the website team, right? So this company was basically marketing IDX websites, lead generation tools to realtors, to brokers around the world, mostly United States, right? They were based out of Davis, California, which is outside of Sacramento, about a half an hour down the road. They hired me on right away. There was 2 other people on the team, Elder Reyes, shout out, and Jamie Cisco on the outbound team. Now there was a sales team of about 12 or maybe more on the other side, but they were mostly handling inbound stuff. No, they were handling inbound stuff. They were taking orders, basically. Now our goal was to flip that, to call agents, call brokers out of the blue, hit them up, see if they're already using a website with like a competitor, get them to look at a computer, show them some differences in the services, and then get them to switch over. I was successful right away, like I am in most cases when I walk into a structured environment. When I walk into an environment where there's already structure in a sales environment, and I can jump in and I can see how people are doing things that are having success, I can observe the processes, the systems, and I can see how people are having I can see how it's operating. I can observe and I can pick that stuff up quick. And I applied it and I make it my own, just like I always do. Okay? So it wasn't long before I was creating my own system within their process and system at that company. Okay? I love doing that. It's a passion of mine, and I still do it today. You know, processes and systems, being able to duplicate it and show you guys how I do what I do and vice versa, right? That's how companies are sold, okay? Documenting everything, step-by-step processes. Now, I'm not excellent at that. I need somebody to help me with that, in fact. What I'm talking about, though, here is this, okay? In 2011, 2012, I was really learning the real estate marketing side of things. I was working with realtors every day, brokers every day on the phone, finding out what makes real estate professionals tick. Finding out what makes you guys move, right? What motivates you. You guys are, what I was learning very quickly is from day one, a realtor is trained, and guess what, guys? I have the real estate book right here. You know, you guys are trained to invest in marketing and things like that to keep your business moving. You have to, okay? Now that you're an independent as a real estate professional, you're a business owner. Some brokerages provide stuff, some brokerages don't. Even the brokers that are going to provide you stuff, guys, you're going to be investing in your own stuff. If you're a success in the business, especially in a competitive market, you're investing. What are you investing in? Systems, platforms, data, leads, people, all of it. Yourself, right? So, I was working with realtors, selling them websites from day one while I was learning the business, while I was soaking up the technology side of things, while I was integrating my raw sales talent and ability that I've been using since I was 16 to generate relationships and business. Yeah, 16. I've been outbound selling, and back in the day, it used to be like a bad thing, like the bankruptcy word, or a defense attorney, a telemarketer, right? Oh no, guys. I embraced it, okay? Everybody around me and on my personal level knows that. Got my first telemarketing job. Instead of when I would go in and work at like Taco Bell or Dairy Queen or where most kids go, I went to a boiler room. Hell yeah, I love it. So, anyhow, hand in hand, working with realtors every single day, setting them up with new websites, setting them up with new lead generation tools, while I'm learning how systems and processes work, how I'm soaking up everything on the real estate side, the lead generation side, the lead conversion side, but I'm also watching, okay, where can I fit in? Where can I figure out a way to earn within, right? I knew there was different ways to do it. Like I was talking to agents all the time that would offer me, different, I need somebody to help me with my website, blah, blah, blah. Like, But that's not something I wanted to do. I didn't want to be tinkering around with websites. There was a guy in the company that was having a little side gig going. He was making money on the side, basically fixing people's sites on the side, right? Doing things that iHouse Web was not offering. There was nothing wrong with that. I noticed there were some other guys doing some different stuff, but here's the thing. I wanted to find a way to be able to maximize what I already do. And that's this and this. So, you guys are investing. When I say you guys, I'm talking to real estate agents, I'm talking to real estate brokers, I'm talking to investors, I'm talking to my end market, my end target, my target market. You guys are spending a lot of money on data. Since day one. If you've been in the business 5 years, you have a ton of data that in your database. Leads, names, numbers, people you know, people you've done business with, people you've never spoken to. It's there. And I knew that. So my exit in 2016, fast forward, when I decided to part ways from iHouse, rather than going and finding a role at another company, rather than going and being an asset in another entrepreneur's dream, again, rather than preparing my resume once again for the next LLC, corporation, business owner, to fill a role in their dream, again, rather than doing that, guys, I was like, man, I'm gonna kick back for a minute. I didn't have long, because I didn't have a lot of money. I had a few bucks, enough to eat for a little while, some family to lean on for just a short time. Just a short time. I made it happen. So what I did at that time, rather than going and back to the workplace in another W-2 role, I made a commitment to myself that day that I'm going to figure out a way. I'm going to figure out a way to do something right here. And I was in a different bedroom, but I was in a bedroom somewhere. I had this, not this same laptop, but I had a lappy. It was a Microsoft Windows laptop, and I had that raw, desperate, want to make something happen in me, right? I knew that, hey, if it did not, I could always go back and get the job somewhere. So that was there. I could always go back to iHouse. But here's the thing, there was nowhere further for me to go in that company. Okay, there was no advancement. I was making six figures there. But it wasn't about the money. I didn't want to be there forever. It wasn't just about the money. Nope. It was about, I didn't want to be part of somebody else's dream anymore. I was ready to be an asset in my own. Okay, a lot of us, especially today, a lot of you guys watching this, you may be in that same point. Guys, go for it. Even if you don't know what you're doing, go for it. So, it wasn't J Marqeting at the time, but today it's J Marqeting LLC is what I had started. Fast forward now, I work with real estate agents, brokers, investors around the country, some outside of the country, on lead generation, but mostly lead conversion. My main services, virtual ISA services, where agents or brokers or investors would contract us to make calls and create opportunities and generate as a member of the team virtually. I also offer some one-on-one training and consulting, that type of thing. That's power prospecting, where I help you guys understand my process, my system of generating leads and converting that into relationships that will eventually harness into long-term clients that you'll be working with for your entire career. And now, 2021, a little bit before, and now in 2022, we're working on to the next doors. That's my investment company. Okay, now I'm working my own deals, setting up some wholesale opportunities for other investors, eventually looking at my own fix and flip opportunities locally and nationally, and eventually building out the portfolio and having some rentals and getting down to the grassroots and helping locally. So that's where I am right now. And I'm making this video again really just to test and try to learn the Twitch platform. I'm going to use this content and kind of get into the studio and play around with it. But if anybody's viewing right now, feel free to chime in and let me know where you're tuning in from. If you picked anything up here. I'm in the process right now of rolling out a couple of campaigns. So what I'm doing is I'm going to fill up each time zone: East Coast, Central, West Coast. Central's already gone. West Coast is pretty much gone as well. This is for the one-on-one exclusive work with me. Now I'm rolling out a new program where I'm actually building it to where it's going to be like an automated type thing, and I'm going to have VAs working with me non-stop on that. So let's talk about that. That's We Call You Close. We call you close. Okay, if you're an agent, if you're a broker, if you're an investor. Several markets, hot markets in the country, I'm going to open up a program. It's already happening here in Sacramento, already happening in a couple of markets in Florida. Basically, it's simple, guys. You're part of a group, 6 to 10 other agents and brokers and investors. You don't have any contact with these guys. They're just, that's how many of you are part of the group that we're constantly prospecting for. Okay, we're creating leads, we're creating opportunities, hopefully appointments and face-to-face interactions. That's our goal. But every time we warm up data, every time we have an opportunity, in a round-robin fashion, each agent, each broker, each investor, when it's your turn, you're going to get a notification of a new. Now, everybody's going to get notification, new lead. But if it's your turn in the rotation, then you're going to get the data, you're going to get the info, it's your lead. You need to reach out, convert that into an appointment, or convert that appointment into a listing, right? It's going to go round-robin fashion, non-stop. If that agent doesn't contact within an hour, then it's just going to go to the next one or to the Shark Tank, right? And so I'm going to open this up in a couple of markets, and it's a great program because it's a no fee thing. You pay a one-time retainer for the year, you're in the group, but you get that retainer back in your pocket on your first few deals, right? So $3,000 retainer, hypothetical, it's different in every market, but let's just say, and then 25% of the commission on the deals you do. But the first few deals you don't pay because you keep that money in your pocket until you get your retainer back. So it's simple. Right now, I already have a couple of agents lined up in the Sacramento market, LA market, a couple in Florida. And the great thing is you don't have to provide anything. I already have systems set up. I'll have my own dialer platform set up, data coming in. All you guys have to do once you've onboarded is convert the lead, opportunity, or the appointment once I place it with you. That's it. And then obviously we'll take care of numbers on the back end, but that's your responsibility in the group. I mean, I'm just asking you to close some deals. That's all. If you want info on that, shoot me a message, a DM. You guys know how to get at me. All sorts of exciting stuff happening, okay? Now, if you guys are just finding me and you want to get info and learn how to what prospecting is, what cold calling is, how it can help your business, that's what I'm here to help you with, okay? I'm not a rich multi-millionaire yet, but I've been able to, over the last 6 years, not have to go back and work for somebody else. I've been able to survive working for myself, doing what I just explained to you. So if that's something that's appealing to you as well, I'm also going to be offering a master class for people that want to learn the entrepreneur side of starting a service or a business like this, or around something that you're passionate about or have had success with. With that being said, we are, about 20 minutes into this one. I think I'm going to wrap it. I'm going to go ahead and open up YouTube and Facebook in a little bit when I do make some calls. It's 11:15. Going to grab some lunch, and then we will come back. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.